watching the rhyme, reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking bad shits, Subscribe. Forgotten my jacket, but somehow remembered to bring 6-shot. Yeah, what a buffoon. Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Walmart exclusive Ultimate SpiderMan and Vulture 2-pack. If you're trying to pick this up, you can get it at Walmart. I just said it's a Walmart exclusive, and I gotta give a big thanks to Alfonso for finding these figures out in the wild for me, as we do not have Walmarts close by in the San Francisco Bay Area. I really appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much, Alfonso. Anyway, looking at the figures and looking at the packaging right over there, everything's looking pretty cool. We got the Ultimate Vulture, Ultimate Spidey once again, and there's Spidey on the side. And on the very back, you can see both figures, and you can see a comic cover to issue number 90 of the Ultimate Spidey and Ultimate Vulture fighting each other. There's some read-up over here. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it now. It is in multiple languages. And oopsie, it looks like Hasbro got the name of the character wrong again. This is actually Blackie Drago, not Adrian Toomes. And then on this side, we get the Vulture right over there. Not looking too shabby. Not much more at the top or at the bottom. All right, let's get to it and crack these things open. And here are the figures out of the packaging, and I really like this 2-pack set. I'm not terribly familiar with the Ultimate Vulture, and I'm not a huge fan of the design, or haven't been a huge fan of the design ever since I saw the image of this figure at Toy Fair, but now that I actually have the figure in hand, I really do like the Vulture figure a lot. It's actually quite cool. I dig it, especially the wings, man. Those wings! Of course, we get the Ultimate Spidey. Once again, it is repainted. We get slightly different deco over there, and a couple of interchangeable hands. So let's take a closer look at that Spidey figure, and then we'll take a closer look at the Vulture. Now, while we've seen this head sculpt and body used before, this is actually not the same exact Ultimate Spider-Man that we'd seen before from Hasbro. I thought it was very clever on Hasbro's part to give us a different version of Ultimate Spider-Man. This is the cartoon version right here, which I think is pretty neat, you know? It gives you a reason to want to get the figure if you want to be a completionist about it. The head sculpt, of course, is the same, but the paint on the eyes is just a little different. We have a little bit more of a glossy black paint right there, and I think it looks very cool. Comparing it to the comic book Ultimate Spider-Man right there, you can see how the black right there is not as shiny as it is right here. Plus, I think the paint apps just came out a little bit cleaner. You can see some black fuzz around the edges right here on the comic version. This one just looks a little bit cleaner. This newer one does look better to me. And then you could, of course, see the color differences in the blues right there. You know, this one's much darker, much more vibrant blue, which is, you know, appropriate for the cartoon. Then the big sign that this is the cartoon version is that he does not have that red stripe coming down the side of the arm right over there. Of course, you could see it on this one right here. So, yeah, that's our cartoon version of Ultimate Spider-Man, which he does have his own comic, too. So there's a comic version of the cartoon, which is kind of funny. But I really do like this bright blue. I think it looks really good. I'm liking it a lot. The deco looks pretty clean throughout on the figure. We still get the peg holes right there. And he only comes with a pair of wall crawling hands. So you only get that left fist right there and a right thwip, and then you get 2 wall crawling hands. So you can see the pinky's really bent on this one right there, you know, so not a big deal. And if you wanted to, you could take the Peter Parker head from the previous Ultimate Spider-Man and just plop it on right there, so that still fits. Now, of course, if you wanted to take the hands from this figure and plop them on that one, that still works as well. But just to see these two side by side right there, of course, you can see the color differences between the blues and even the reds. It looks like we have a little bit more of a shiny paint with this one. This one's a bit more matted, right? It's not reflecting light as much. I gotta say, I do like how this one looks a little bit more. I don't know, it's just more visually appealing right over here. I think it's just a better looking figure. If you want to see measurements, articulation, size comparisons, and all that, go ahead and watch the review of this one. I'll have a card right up there. Now, while I'm not terribly familiar with the Ultimate Vulture from the Ultimate Spider-Man comics, you can see some images right over here. Not a terrible design, you know, not too far off from the version that we'd seen from the original Stan Lee and Ditko days. But looking at this first head sculpt out of the two, I do think it looks pretty good. And I think it goes well with this Bagley inspired Spidey head sculpt right over here, or Peter head sculpt. So, you know, it looks like it's done by the same artist, right? Should look like it's done by the same artist. So, doesn't look too bad though. I like it. Nice bald head right there. The teeth look pretty good. I like how the eyes came out. Pretty nice, man. Can't really complain about this head sculpt. Now, he does come with two head sculpts, and I think Hasbro was very clever with this. Again, I'm not terribly familiar with the Ultimate Vulture, but I don't think he wears this helmet in the Ultimate Comics. Correct me if I'm wrong about that, because upon my research, I only found images from the cartoon of Vulture wearing this, and wow, this is hard to pop on the arc. There it goes. Okay, so that wasn't really that hard. But here's the other head sculpt right here, and as you can see from images I saw in the cartoon, it looks like he wears this helmet, even though the rest of the body doesn't really match that well. Then there's this other version of the cartoon Vulture, which I have no idea what that is, but oh well. Anyway, looking at this again, I think it does look very nice. Nice silver paint apps right here. The eyes look really good. Those lenses, those red lenses look really nice. I like the beak, nice metallic green right there. And nice lighter metallic green, some more silver bits. They even got this little bit on the chin right there. So yeah, that's not looking too shabby at all. Just wish I was, a little bit more familiar. But if you wanted to have your full-on cartoon ultimate Vulture versus your cartoon ultimate Spider-Man, you can get that going on, I'm just not a huge fan of that cartoon, man. It's like Family Guy meets Deadpool. It's just a little bit too ADD for me, But anyway, looking at the rest of the figure, it looks really nice. I do like how this metallic green came out. We're seeing a lot of reused body parts. It looks like a lot of the Pizza Spider-Man parts being used right here. Obviously not this. This is a new section that we've seen. And a nice light green right there. We've seen these hands before. Oop, and there go the wings. We'll talk about the wings more in just a minute. You can't knock them off fairly easy. It's a little bit of a bummer, and you can see a little bit of marbling in this plastic right there, which doesn't show a whole lot, with this dark green color. It doesn't really pop out as much as it would with other colors, and it seems to be a theme with the Ultimate Comics to kind of give their villains bubbles. I don't know exactly what that was, probably just Bagley's idea, but I noticed these bubbles on Ultimate Doc Ock and Ultimate Beetle and stuff, and I guess a few others too. But yep, there's your silver bubbles right there. Now, one thing that kind of bums me out is that I feel like they could have cut into this upper torso a little bit more so that you can get more of an ab crunch. I'll get into the articulation more in a minute, but yeah, we're not getting the cut lines right here that would have given us more movement moving forward. But anyway, moving on to the legs, not a whole lot to look at. We've seen these legs many times before. Again, you can see the marbling in there, but I really like the metallic look of this green plastic, so can't really complain too much. And he still has the pegals at the bottom of his feet. And looking at the back, you can see this whole assembly. Well, it's not really the assembly, but you can see the ports and everything that the wings will plug into. And to get a good look at these wings, man, these are gorgeous. I like them. When I first saw images, like I said at the beginning of this video, I did not like them. But now I do. I think they look awesome. I really dig them a lot. This silver plastic is just outstanding. I really love how it has this nice shimmer. Very cool. I'm really digging it a lot. That's just really neat looking. The whole figure does have very nice metallic sheen in all the plastic and the paint, so I think that's very awesome. I'm digging it. Now when you get this out of package, the wings are separated like so from this little backpack piece. I'm going to just remove that. So you see the figure like this, so you can have him without any wings attached or anything like that. If you so choose to have him displayed like that, you can do that. But to put it together, I recommend porting these into this little backpack piece like so, and just make sure it matches the shape, and you match the shape, and then you port those two pegs right into the back, and then there you go. Now you have your Vulture again, which looks really good. I really like this. Yeah, fairly good wingspan. It does come off though. I gotta warn you about that, so if you want to glue them in there. Now just for sharts and giggles, I did try to reverse the placement of these wings just to see if we can get different display options going, and it does not work. So anyway, getting on to the articulation, you can move the head up very far. I do like that, and you can move the head down very far as well. One thing I didn't point on earlier is that the head does seem very far removed from the neck. Let's just zoom in right there for a second. You can see that, the ball peg is showing right there. So that bothers me, but it does allow for a lot of head movement. I mean, without it, I don't think we'd be able to get the head to move up as much. So I do really like having that articulation, but it does look a little bit weird. But when you're taking pictures, you don't notice it. Anyway, the shoulders move outward that much. You can't move them down this much. They will move forward. You get a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, wrist rotation, and they hinge up and down. Again, you get not much ab crunch going forward. It just doesn't move forward at all, but it does move back quite a bit, so you can get those cool flying poses going on, and there go the wings again. You get a waist swivel right here. Hip joints move outward that far. They will kick forward that much and back that much. Upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, ankles down, up, and of course he has an ankle pivot. I wish we did have articulated wings. That would have been kind of neat, right? But still, I like them. Whee! Now to measure out these figures, you can see the Vulture is standing just at about 6.5 inches tall, and then the Spidey figure is at 5.5 inches. Then measuring the wingspan from the tip of the wing to the other tip of the wing, you're looking at about 13 inches. And then for your Vulture comparison, you can see the Ultimate Vulture compared to the Ditko-inspired Sinister 6-pack. Was it the Sinister 6-pack that this came out from Toy Biz? Or Fearsome Foes? I think it was Fearsome Foes. Yeah, pretty sure it was Fearsome Foes. He does have a broken arm, and I still have the twisty tie on there. But yeah, you can see how this is inspired from this one, but definitely updated. Now I want to show a size comparison with the retail Archangel wings next to these wings right here. This is of course the SDC exclusive figure with the retail Archangel wings, and if they'd used this type of material for this, that would have been really cool, but of course I'm pretty sure that they hadn't developed it yet. You know, this is a fairly new thing I'm seeing right here, and the SDCC version does have much shinier wings than these, both of these actually. Then adding this Ultimate Vulture to our Ultimate Spider-Man Rogues gallery, we have the Ultimate Green Goblin, of course Ultimate Vulture, and the Ultimate Beetle, and you can see the little bubbles, see little bubbles right there, little bubbles right there, I guess Rocky bubbles right over there. And then here's both figures next to the Marvel Legends Big Time No Letdown Spider-Man. So again, I really do like this set a lot. Honestly, my biggest complaint about this is the wings coming off fairly easy. I guess that's my biggest gripe with this whole thing. I'm actually really surprised by how much I like this Vulture figure. I really do dig it, and I'm not upset at all that Hasbro has sold me the same figure again, but with slightly different paint apps. A lot of people get upset about that kind of thing, thinking that Hasbro is just being greedy. However, they actually just need the money to make more, newer, cooler stuff. Kind of like me and my Patreon account. People get pissed off that I have a Patreon account thinking I'm hoarding money, but all I'm really doing is spending more money on the YouTube channel and stuff. So if you want to be a patron, check the link below, and I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment down below, let me know what you think of these figures, let me know what you think of the review. If you want to see a photo gallery of images, it's all over at marvelousnews.com, and you can follow me on the Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Links are all in the description below. I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
Posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, it's okay.
That's crispy.
We're shot in your face. I said 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 we're shot